Imagine you go to jail because your girlfriend was cheating on you, decided to rip out your dreads so now you look like this, but somehow she not in the wrong. Let me explain the story for y'all.
Right.
Kansas City football player Xavier Worthy found out that his girlfriend was cheating on him 2 weeks ago. For 2 weeks, he tried to get her to leave his crib. She was not going. When told to leave again, she got physical, ripped out his dreads, destroyed his crib. A man's had to join Taper Fade Nation, but he went to jail because she decided to lie to police and claim that he grabbed her up. It was proven false due to witnesses stating that he never did that, which is why they dropped the charges. But in the midst of his arrest, you already seen how social media was going. Quick to jump on the slide, quick to say he did it, trying to ruin that man's career. So again, I ask you, how could he be wrong because he didn't want to end up like Travis Hunter? How could he be wrong because she cheated, he wanted to separate himself for her, and she lashed out? That's crazy, bro.
That is insane. And she was definitely trying to ruin this man's career. So he says girlfriend. Let's really be honest about this situation that's taking the spotlight here on today's episode. She had to drink some serious coffee. This is not just his girlfriend. This is, in fact, Xavier Worthy's fiance. And you know it's his fiance because they released this social media, it's a typical video of them pretending to be happy. This is why you shouldn't fall for a lot of couples online that try too hard to appear like everything is peaches and cream when the reality is one of them's cheating. In this case, we have this chick, right? And the dude in the last TikTok said, hey, he didn't want to end up like Travis Hunter. What do we know about Travis Hunter? Travis Hunter is madly in love, avoiding going to fathershaverights.com and getting himself the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement for free, and is just decided to silently continue with his plans to marry the chick. Hopefully not, but we'll see, who everybody keeps telling him not to. So this is what's taking front stage right now. Let's first check out a few of these comments. How does somebody end up being the actual victim and getting arrested? Well, that only happens when you are the man and getting lied on. Top comment says, Jesus is coming, repent. Somebody else here added, is that Ty Jones? And so she's known, right? She's known for being an athlete herself. I believe she does track and field. Here's somebody else who says, multimillionaire and getting cheated on. We're all doomed. This is the sentiment for a lot of younger guys who look up to these dudes who they look at like, man, if I could just become, everybody wants to be some type of an athlete today, a streamer, or just successful in general. They're thinking, if I could reach that pinnacle of success as a man, then I might be safe. But time and time again, reality is showing a lot of dudes, especially the younger guys who are coming up, that a lot of these chicks out here belong to the streets and nobody is safe. And I mean, nobody. Next comment here says, this worse than the Travis Hunter situation. How is this worse than the Travis Hunter situation? I think the fact that he was willing to let her go makes it automatically not as bad. Maybe you guys may actually think this is just as bad. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Somebody responded back to this and says, nothing worse than Travis Hunter. At least bro left, right? That's what I was thinking. At least he walked away. Here's another person who says, bro had 8 catches, 200 plus yards and 2 touchdowns, and was frying DBs with 3+ years of experience as a rookie, and that girl still cheated. Bottom line is here, gentlemen, you can't turn a modern-minded woman into a wife. You can't turn a 304 into a wife. You can't turn a woman who's addicted to attention into a wife. Or if that's something that you don't value, you cannot commit to a chick who you see clear, obvious signs that she loves attention and social media way too much, right? This chick is sad. Not for the relationship, I don't think so much, but she doesn't get to show off her ring like she's doing here on this video, by the way, that she still has up on her TikTok page that she posted with the caption, "I said yes, can't wait to spend the rest of our lives together." Well, that won't be happening anymore. Let's check out a few of these comments. Top comment says, "Worst mistake he made." Here's somebody else who says, "God saved you, bro. It's okay." Now, this is under her TikTok post. She won't only be able to show off her ring, she also won't be able to post videos called Training Camp Day in a Life of an NFL Wife. Why are you posting videos about you being an NFL wife when you're not a wife yet, but you're a fiance? My goodness. She has to drink some bitter coffee. The coffee's bitter.
Okay, so come with me to day in the life as an NFL wife. They are in training camp right now. Baby's in camp. He's already getting prepped and prepared or whatever. So just gonna give y'all a fit of the day. Don't mind the water because I was doing my hair, but I'm gonna wear these shoes with this bag. Okay, I'm all ready to go. I got my little fan that I've been using, and all the other wives is like, "Oh, gee, you're so smart for a fan." I need to get the one on Amazon and go around my neck, but all ready to go. Okay, so I get in the car and I head on over to the facility. It's not that far of a drive, but I get there and the first thing that I have to do is check in.
So this is the shit that these chicks love to do online, right? She's really showing off to all her other female friends. Look at me, NFL wife, right? They love showing their shit off. But this is why she had to turn up. She's got to let go of the nice car. That's got to go. It's got to go.
A certain lot for friends and family.
It's got to go.
Just go to the one on Amazon and go around my neck.
Not only did she have to go when she didn't want to go, but the car's got to go.
But facility.
That's a nice car.
It's not that far of a drive, but I get there and the first thing.
Lifestyle's got to go. Nice house. Bills paid for, got to go. My goodness. A whole life change because of your decisions and the fact that you couldn't keep jumping on the next joystick.
That I have to do is check in. This is like a certain lot for friends and family, so we just go to the back lot. We go to the tent. Thank you. And she already knew who I was, and she just handed me my sticker. And this is so we'll be able to get into the friends and family VIP section. This is just some footage of
VIP's gotta go. It's over. It's over, bro.
Us driving on the go-kart and us getting up the hill. And then we have to go through these metal detectors, and then I'm finally through. And where I'm pointing at, that's where I have to go up the hill to see them, and that's where the VIP tent is.
No more VIP access denied.
Here's the tent. Just a quick view of the field and the family area. All those are fans, but where I'm pointing at is where the players will walk down to and then come to the field. And here's baby here with his homeboys, his teammates. And they're walking down, getting ready for practice. And the fans be screaming so hard. Like, the Chiefs fans are crazy. But this is just some footage of Xavier making some plays. He did pretty good this day, but I think in total he has a total of like 7 or 8 touchdowns since camp has started, so that's exciting.
You don't sound excited. See, you can already tell she's already messing with somebody on the side, right? He did amazing. He didn't do pretty good. He did amazing. Ungrateful.
I can tell you that the Chiefs fans are very excited for him. So, but after it's all over, I'm able to see him and walk with him. So he normally just like tells me to come on when I just walk out the gate. And the fans.
Man, look, I don't know where to start, but let's talk about it. Xavier Worthy, okay, brother man. Okay, your lawyer came out with a statement, okay? We need to look at this statement, all right? All right, so let's read the statement. The complainant was asked multiple times over the last 2 weeks to vacate the property. Leave. I don't want nothing from you. Just leave, right? Okay. Upon discovery of her infidelity.
Right.
You out here for the streets, go play in the streets. You can play with the dash marks, the yellow solid line, the white solid line. You can play with all those. The pavement, crumbled stone, whatever you want to play in, you can go play it. Dirt roads, they got it all. Okay? Add a little water, become a mud road, okay? All right. You know what I'm saying? And then let me tell you how much he cared. he hired a private investigator. We got TikTok, Instagram,
Wow.
Facebook. We got all these platforms where videos can get uploaded. You know what I'm saying? No, he hired somebody with a real camera
Wow.
to catch you in 4K. Damn near
Wow.
8K. Oh my God. Right? Okay, cool. She has refused to vacate the residence. Why you don't want to leave now? Go be with the guy in the streets.
I don't know what the hell's going on with my computer. I didn't know he actually hired a private investigator. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Because if you're going to propose and you have any doubt whatsoever, on top of prenuptial agreement, right, that you probably should get if you have assets to lose. I think everybody needs one. Every man who drinks coffee and values marriage. But you need to be sure about something, especially in his position. Obviously, he had some questions about her, right, and her commitment. And he was proven to be right.
Go be with your 20%. Okay? Go be with him. Deal with him. Okay? All right. Okay. Then made a number of extortive efforts. You trying to extort that man? You want to extort me?
Damn.
Huh? If I'm Xavier Worthy, okay? You want to extort me?
Right.
Know what I'm saying? King Kong ain't got shit on me. I'm fast. Oh, I should have said the Flash. Anyway, let's move on. All right. Resorting to this baseless allegation against Mr. Worthy. The complainant further destroyed a room in the residence. You destroying shit where you used to live? Get out. Get out right now. Scratched up Mr. Worthy's face. Ripped out parts of it. Ripped out the locks, the luxurious locks.
She's trying to fight for that VIP access. No! She was thinking of everything she was going to lose. No more day in the life of an NFL wife. It's all gone. Drink the coffee.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Throw her under the jail. You know what I'm saying? Throw her under the jail. Stop playing with me, okay? All right? Wait a minute. Police, what the y'all doing? Hold on, man. Wait a minute. What? Y'all took him to jail because he was a man. That's what y'all did. Y'all took him to jail because he was a man. If there's physical proof,
right?
You did it because he's a man. Okay, let's move on.
That's true.
All right. Told law enforcement at the time of the incident that he did not want to press charges against that. Oh! I would have picked her up.
Wow.
Like this and said, I want to press every charge. Boom! And then dropped it on her head. I'm just saying.
Worthy told law enforcement at the time of the incident that he did not want to press charges against the complainant. That's the nail in the coffin that you know right there that man was genuinely interested in her and was also extremely devastated and couldn't bring himself to hold her completely accountable for what she did. He knows that the accountability will be a lifelong lived life of regret.
Bro, hold women accountable, okay? They can't get away with hitting on you and beating on you, and men just be like, oh, well, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to press charges on her. No! I press every... That's me pressing every damn charge I could press.
Right.
Stop playing with me, okay?
All right, so I definitely think that he should have held her accountable. I think that if a woman gets caught up in a lie like this, then there should be some accountability. Because if it was a man and a man was falsely accusing a woman of any type of violence and they found out that he was putting hands on her, it's over for you. You're done. No one cares. They're throwing you in jail fast, not slow. Let's check out a few comments here, and then I have a question for you guys. First comment here says Tia Jones. So people here are asking, is it her? Let me see. Let me ask. I'm seeing that like more people know this chick. I don't really know much about her. I'm going to speak to our AI assistant here, Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee, what can you tell us about Tia Jones? Who is she? Briefly, what is she known for?
Tia Jones, born on September 8, 2000, is an American track and field athlete specializing in hurdling and sprinting events. She gained prominence at a young age, notably winning the 100-meter hurdles at the 2016 USA Junior Championships with a time of 12.84 seconds, equaling the world junior record. Wikipedia +7 on.wikipedia.org +7 Pantheon +7.
Okay. All right. Relax. There, she's going off with the source references. All right, so she's an athlete. Somebody else here added NFL players getting cheated on. No hope for us regular dudes. I think one thing a lot of dudes have to realize is money isn't going to save you from this type of heartbreak. Money, while increasing your potential of women who may find you attractive, right? Because you move up in that social economic status, at the end of the day will do nothing to protect you from you possibly running into a woman who is just terrible. I'd say, in fact, you're probably more prone to it at the point where you are successful. You actually become a target. And this is why a lot of guys really treasure the fact that they're able to lock down a woman before they actually hit their pinnacle of success, or before most people around him can tell that, like, oh man, this dude's going to be really successful. So let me start to act right, which is probably what she did. She thought, you know what, I need to secure my position. Probably a lot of pressuring about where this is headed. The guy's young, and when a young person is heads over heels, there's no telling what happens before they have to learn some bitter lessons. Here's somebody else who says he cannot put her out just like that if she has established residency. He must give her 60 days to leave, not 2 weeks. I need black people to understand this. It's the law. And somebody else responded back and says squatters' rights. So technically she don't have to leave right now. And all people need to understand this, not just black people. And, it's not surprising that you see the chicks here. Well, some of the women, because people are actually holding her accountable. But it's not surprising you see some women standing up for her even after she's been exposed. And, when I see videos like this right here of them posting these TikToks and, I'm getting the vibe that she loves the attention. This shows you exactly why a wise man who's especially in the spotlight does not want an Instagram chick, a woman who's really heavily involved in social media. Haven't you noticed that all the men who seem to have less problematic wives? Notice how I didn't say non-problematic, because non-problematic would assume that you don't have any problems at all. But I'm just mean less problematic wives are the men who are married to chicks who pretty much stay off social media. They're not looking for the spotlight. They don't want to leverage their clout by being associated with that man and build a brand independent of him. And the more we see that a chick's trying to leverage being connected to a certain man and his status and his money and success, the more that we see situations like this. It was the same thing with the Travis Hunter situation, right? They had all these corny moments of them doing all these games and questions online where she was definitely trying to expose him as the simp in the relationship, and it did not work out well for his brand. If you are a man today who has to maintain a good reputation with the people who you work with, have an online image, you want to be careful to not wife up these chicks who love attention and are addicted to the online space.
Hey, fellas, I'm not gonna lie. We're cooked. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm genuinely scared of relationships, bro. I know y'all been hearing about the Xavier Worthy and the Tia Jones situation, everything like that, bro. She cheated on him and everything like that, then lied and said that he hit her and everything like that. There's video evidence of all that. Everything was false. Everything was false. She tried to put that man in jail after cheating on him. And then I just searched everything in the search bar. I went to their relationship page, bro. When he was going off to the NFL games and everything like that, he'll go to the airport. They're doing their little handshakes and everything, their little kisses, goodbyes, I love you. And then just for the whole time, she cheating on dude, bro. He's a millionaire. He played in the Super Bowl. He has millions of dollars. We're cooked.
Again, this is why I encourage men to not believe any of these chicks when they sit there and go, oh, if he pays all the bills, I'm going to act right. No, you won't. Most chicks who sit around and say that exact same thing out here about how they're not taking any man seriously who can't pay all their bills. They are lying. They're lying to you. Most of them are still addicted to getting smashed in the streets by randoms. They're not just waiting for a man for a healthy relationship. No, these women are busy in the streets. And when they get into an actual relationship, they realize that they cannot let go of their 304 tendencies.
The charges have been dropped officially. We learned earlier that Chiefs Xavier Worthy was arrested on assault charges in Texas. The original charge was a third-degree felony assault charge. The law specifically refers to an assault on a family or household member and is committed by intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly impeding the normal breathing or circulation of the blood of the person by applying pressure to the person's throat or neck by blocking the person's nose or mouth. The lawyers have responded. We are working with law enforcement in Williamson County to ensure they have the benefit of the totality of circumstances that led to this investigation. The complainant was recently asked to vacate Mr. Worthy's residence upon discovery of her infidelity. She has refused to do so and made a number of extortive efforts prior to resorting to this baseless allegation against Mr. Worthy. They ended up saying, we will continue to cooperate with the Williamson County authorities as we have full faith that their thorough investigation will support Mr. Worthy's innocence.
Xavier Worthy was cheated on, had his home destroyed, got physically assaulted by a woman, and he went to jail that day. And you want to know what the craziest part about it is? If we had no footage, nobody would believe that he was the one that was being harmed.
We would. We might over here. You know, the place that we'll actually sit down and think to ourselves, okay, does this sound like a woman who got caught cheating? And from the explanation, I've definitely tilted towards believing that story. Because it's kind of crazy when you think about that chicks are known for exploding when they are being forced to be held accountable. They don't like the coffee. They don't like that. Feel better. They don't like that coffee, right? We already know modern women struggle with accountability. So them getting caught in the wrong is just like an opportunity to just crash out.
Nobody will believe it. Why? Because women only care about this double standards that don't aid them. You ain't heard one. If women are so, oh, domestic violence is this and we don't support any of it and blah, blah, blah. You ain't seen a single woman say nothing about Xavier Worthy's situation. He was abused, attacked, had his home destroyed, got cheated on, and went to jail. That man had to go to jail because he found out he was cheated on and the lady started destroying his house and attacking him. What woman have you seen say something about that shit? So now if you see why men just don't be having respect for these agendas these women be trying to push, is because we know deep down at heart you don't give a f***, but you want to be empowered.
Right.
You don't want to end oppression. You want to be the oppressor. That's all y'all care about, bro. In the majority. Y'all know y'all only care about the double standards that don't affect y'all. We not gonna see no women talk about Xavier Worthy's situation. Why? Because it's not a woman. When they thought that he was the assailant and he was the one attacking the lady, then they cared about it. But since they found out that he was the one being abused and it doesn't aid the agendas that they're trying to push, they have no interest in talking about this shit. Again, women, y'all don't get no respect for men because you don't show any.
Let's read a few of these comments, see what people had to say about what he said. Top comment here says, her name is Tia Jones. Don't let her name be unknown. For sure, somebody else here added, as a woman, I hope that this is a wake-up call to other women that we can't stand by and let them get away with this. It is detrimental when it does actually happen for women to be believed. What's going to happen to her? Chances are he doesn't want to press any charges because I'll be honest with you, the man's probably still in love. That's the honest truth. Same way you couldn't talk Travis Hunter out of walking away, you probably can't talk him out of having her getting locked up and losing her mind, because she'll be in there thinking to herself, I've might have ruined my whole future of what I thought could be. Here's somebody else who says, Peep, it's no lady in the comment or nothing. Somebody else here added, and he's a multimillionaire with status. Imagine if it's a normal person. Another comment here says, evidence came out. They all got quiet as hell. That's about it for this topic. In conclusion, I would just encourage every guy who may be considering committing to any woman to listen to the men who have come before you. Take their words as wisely as you possibly can. And think to yourself, do I see any similarities and attributes with this chick who I'm getting ready to commit to and possibly marry? What am I getting myself into here exactly? Right? Really ask questions. And of course, like I always say, make sure you protect yourself. Moving on, I want to get into this Neo discussion, man. There's this video that was going viral a while back of Neo, and he was kissing all three of his girlfriends. I know the caption says wives, but these are girlfriends. They're not wives. And I've been watching this for a while now. Word just came out that he's added a fourth woman to his collection of concubines, right? And I think there was a video shared about a day ago. I think this is the video right here if it's going to play. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. These are the chicks, right? Who he's currently dating, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have photos of them hanging out, so on and so forth. I thought this was an interesting conversation to have because I personally think that this is going to pick up in popularity. Not that I value any type of this dynamic at all. I just think this is what our modern dating market has created. And so first things first, let's check out what Neo has to say about his current relationship dynamics and this video that's titled Neo's Secret to Managing 4 Girlfriends. Let's check it out.
Do y'all all go out together, like all 5 of y'all? Yeah, absolutely, all the time. Now who schedules? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it a month schedule because I'm the busiest? You know, I'm the one that always got something to do. And you're like nights, or they're random? It's random, but I'll go. All right, so for example, on this tour, you know, I'll let this one come out for 7 days, then she go home, then this one come out for 7 days, and then this one come out for 7 days, and then we do something all together. Yeah, I love this.
Well, Big Boy says he loves this. Is he married? I don't know. I actually have no idea. Miss Coffee, is Big Boy married?
Yes. Big Boy, born Kurt Alexander, is married to Veronica Alexander.
Okay. Got it. Let's keep watching.
It's a beautiful day. You heard that. I said I despise this. You heard it? No.
That's what I heard.
So it's 777.
Yeah. And then, you know, with us say it's holidays or whatever the case. Mind you, they all get along with each other. I have no problem hanging out with each other. But I think one of the most important things about this is understanding that these are 4 individual women that need their.
It was harder to lie, huh?
Way harder.
Yeah.
Way harder. That's why I'm mad. Like, man, I wasted so much time, so much money.
So you guys heard it for yourself. Neo says that he splits his time with all 4 of his girlfriends. One of them hangs out with them for 7 days, and the next one gets 7 days, and they all rotate. And they work on his schedule because he's the busiest. Makes sense. So now, on a personal perspective, and I just have to say this because I know some of you guys would want to know that. I have said, and if you've been watching me for a while, I've said I don't see the allure or attraction at all in having multiple girlfriends, multiple wives. And when it comes to my principles and values, me valuing my Christianity, this type of lifestyle does not align with my values at all. So I don't see this as attractive at all. And I thank you guys ahead of time that I have the type of audience where I can be honest about the things that I value. Because, you know, people get offended. If you don't live the way they live, they'll start getting offended. But I understand, man, people are allowed to live how they want. And that is exactly what we're here to talk about here in this situation. People have questions about all this. Of course, the women are hating on this. you can imagine the first thing they're going to this man's fighting for his sexuality, right? They're calling him gay. Let's read a few comments here from the Shade Room. Top comment says his boyfriend watching this like with a sad face. And so they're saying he has a boyfriend. There's no way any straight man would do this. I don't get why they're jumping to this conclusion right off the bat, but we know this is what chicks do. And you got to imagine, man, we live in a generation where the dating market is the most miserable it's ever been, ever. More access to each other than ever with social media, but constantly these chicks are online complaining about not being able to lock down what type of a guy? A man with means. And so when they see someone like Neo, not only are they upset about decisions he's made in his past, and he's lied. He admitted to that. He's lied. You know, I actually believe that Neo was trying to live the life that he was singing in those songs. You know, my favorite song by Neo is probably So Sick. I mean, it's typical, you know, So Sick of love songs. We all remember that. And at that time, his brand was this guy who's just a hopeless romantic. Gotta change that calendar I had for July 16th. And since there's no more you, there's no more anniversary. And I said it with my thoughts of, come on now. We all remember that time when Neo was the face of, you know, the R&B lover boy. It wasn't simp R&B music, but it was leaning towards that way. Definitely a talented artist, but he was trying to live that life in real life when that Family Guy, one woman lifestyle that he actually sung about wasn't the actual life he valued, right? Weren't the values that he wanted to uphold. Let's see a few comments here. 3 baby mamas, 7 kids, 4 girlfriends. He's got a lot going on. Somebody else here says, welcome. Chlamydia, gonorrhea. But listen. This is a point. This is a good point. I didn't mention this earlier. I can only imagine, and I know guys want to sit here and figure out every reason to justify how this isn't something to worry about, but it definitely is. Because trust and believe these chicks are getting what they want to on the side, right? And you've just quadrupled. This is the truth. I'm going to be honest with you. I worry about these type of things. And I look at this and I'm like, I wonder how much this increases the chances for STDs. But the crazy thing is this is coming from chicks who are probably OnlyFans models. If you click on them, these chicks on the Shade Room are no different. They're getting trains ran on them. All types of crazy stuff. And that's that. All right, so I'm going to take this conversation a whole different direction. I know that when women see Neo here in this position, they want to blame men like Neo and other men of means, when the truth is, I believe modern women today created this whole dynamic, and the possibility of men being honest came from them sharing their honesty about what they value in relationships today. For example, check out this video right here of these chicks being asked, would you rather be with a broke guy who's loyal and you know you guys have a healthy relationship, but you know he's not extremely settled financially, or would you rather be with a rich man who cheats? Check this out.
Like a rich cheater. Rich cheater. Like a rich cheater. A rich cheater.
Rich cheater. Broke faithful man.
A faithful man with no money.
So she said broke faithful man. That was one chick. Most of these chicks so far are saying rich cheater.
A rich cheater. I'm not gonna lie.
Broke faithful man. I think men are very insecure when they're broke. I'm insecure when I'm broke.
It's like all men cheat. So yeah, like, I mean, if he a faithful broke man, like cool, you cool or whatever, but I like to do things that cost money. Like I want you to be able to be like, all right, take this money, go on vacation. Like if you're cheating, I mean, I could talk to somebody else, you know?
It's integrity.
I can't. Like I've been with somebody broke before, like it's not aesthetically pleasing. So.
That's why you broke, because you got all the time in the world. Like, I don't...
If I have the resources to help him, I'm going to do that. But you want me to cry in a Rolls Royce?
So time and time again, men are hearing, I would rather be with a rich man who cheats than with a broke man who is faithful. They may be sitting there going, of course they'll pick a broke man, Chisha. Why? No. Chill, relax. I want you to remember that modern women don't define broke today as you being financially stable. No, they define broke today as you only being able to take care of yourself and not being able to pay the majority of their bills and responsibilities as well.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
That's why the whole 50-50 conversation is had, is because they refuse to go half on bills with the man who is probably otherwise stable because they view that man as broke. That's what they today view as broke, the delusional women who are lost. So is it by any stretch of the imagination a surprise that a man could sit there and think to himself, because the truth is, men with means have already been living this way in secret, right? But now I can see a situation going forward where more men are going to just be honest and say, yep, hey, I'm the rich guy who's definitely going to cheat on you. I can do that. I can do that for you. We can work something out. And we just saw that only a few, I think I counted 2 at most, of these chicks who are getting asked. It's not the majority. It's the minority of these chicks said, hey, I actually value integrity more than money. The rest of them are like, give me the cheater, please, as long as he can put me in a penthouse.
If he was rich and cheating on me, there's no value in that.
You're not making that much right now. I'm gonna make the money for you. I can't handle that. My chest gonna hurt.
That lady seems sweet. This lady seems sweet. And it
My
makes
chest gonna
sense.
hurt.
They just exude a different, look at her. Just wonderful. They just exude a different energy, right? If she's not already married, she's heading towards that way if she continues on her path. Oh yeah, I can feel the femininity. These girls look like they belong in the next Vixen video edition.
Temper, if I know somebody's like consciously cheating on me, but he buy me whatever he want to buy me.
I can't deal with a cheater. I don't care if they're gonna be giving me money at the end of the day. Like,
Sweet lady. You just can tell.
I'm not gonna be with somebody that's broke and
304.
not putting on for themselves just because you're not cheating on me. I'd rather you cheat on me. Like, get to your own bag.
In all honesty, I don't know what these chicks have going on in their real lives. Check out this other video.
Come with cheating. The rich ones come with cheating. I'd rather my man cheat on me while I'm up in the penthouse and I'm taken care of so I can go use his Amex in the morning and dry my eyes with a Chanel towel than to be like, you stole little crab legs on the food stamp card. That's not. The last transaction was $4.99. It was you. Like, I don't want to go through that. But I feel like me as a woman, I hustle for me not to go through stuff like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I can provide. Just like I want vacations and nice things, I know that I can spend a bag. Any guy that I've ever dated can tell you that I do what I got to do.
That sounds like you're selling cat. It sounds like you're when a woman starts talking about I do what I did what I had to. Sounds like you let a group of men run a train on you. Listen, these chicks would rather cry in Chanel. Shout out to Drizzy. They would rather cry in Chanel, and they have been loud and vocal about it, which is why I believe modern women today have created men being able to come out and just say, and I believe it will happen more often, hey, I'm that guy. I can do that for you. You can join the team. You can join the rotation. It's going to go from it being a secret because men have always had rotations. But I think as time goes on, this will become more of an open addition type situation. Now we'll have to talk about, will these women be looked at as children when they finally come out and try to Me Too the men? And, oh, he was creating an organization. There's going to have to be contracts. I don't know how this shit would work, right? It's not for me. not something I value. I personally wouldn't even encourage any man to pursue this, just because I don't see this as something that will be healthy, especially in today's generation. But it is what it is, and modern women will do what they do.
You know what I'm saying? I spend money on my men because I'm a little trick when I like a man. I want you to have nice things too, Zaddy. Like, I want you to feel special. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a masseuse. I'm going to get a private chef. I'm going to book us first class tickets away.
With your money. With your money.
But I'm going to reciprocate the energy you give to me. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to someone that, you know, is not doing much for me. So I don't go for men that ask me, what do I bring to the table when I'm clearly the table?
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Here's the reality of it. I do partnership, not ownership. Sure. You're not my property. I don't even want to own you. I want to partner in this situation. I don't demand exclusivity. I don't ask for it. Nothing like that. If you offer it and I accept, there are rules to follow.
Sounds like there's a contract. Sounds like these chicks are signing contracts, and I don't blame them. I don't blame any man who's going down this very dangerous path, especially in today's climate, needs to make sure the contracts are in place, because these chicks, I would not be surprised if they tried to come back later and say, oh, I was forced into, none of that. Neo, protect yourself. I know the applications must be crazy. Modern women created this very dynamic by valuing money over traditional relationships. So we don't want to hear any women calling Neo sus. I don't know what he has going on in his life, but stop with the projection. You're upset that this is what you created, in my opinion.
Nothing is above a conversation. But again, if you offer exclusivity, meaning just me and only me, and I say, all right, you sure you understand that your exclusivity to me doesn't mean exclusivity to you? This is a decision that you're making on your own. If you make that decision and I say, all right, cool. Well, here's the rules that I need you to follow. And if you're cool with that, then we rock. If you're not, we don't. And no love lost. You go your way, I go mine, and it's all good.
Sounds like a partnership.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
100%.
That's how it works.
Who reached out to you with support in this judgmental space?
You know what's crazy? It's one of those situations where men reach out in secret. They go, yeah, honey, I would never. Hey, bro, congratulations. Yeah, I would never do that, babe. Just me and you, babe. Bro, you living life. Yeah, no. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Which I understand. You know what I'm saying? To be completely honest, I'm not tripping either way. If you with it, cool. If you're not with it, cool. Like, because I'm not doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for me.
Good for you.
Know, you wouldn't even have known had Shade Room not picked up on a post from one of the girls. Like, I wasn't posting initially. Like, because again, it's not for
living your life. It's very
for y'all. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is.
And now here we are bringing it up. Yeah, great.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
because I don't feel like I'm doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Does being in multiple partnerships now, I guess, give you more
like ammo?
Not ammo, but like, does it help more with writing songs?
I mean, yeah. I can't write about life if I ain't living it. Absolutely.
Neil says I can't write about life if I'm not living it. Which one do I choose? Oh man,
and it allows me to write from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? There's the monogamous perspective, there's a polyamorous perspective, there's a perspective of the woman who is curious but can't get over her jealousy. Mind you, we talk about all of that. Like the only way this works is if everything is laid out on the table. There's 4 women, right? It's 4 individuals, 4 different personalities, 4 different outlooks.
It's a lot of
energy. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's also an experience for people too who maybe are curious about it and just want to know about it, and they learn that through your music.
Indeed. See, people get caught up on the sexual element of it. It's more than if the only reason you're doing it is for the sexual part of it, you're bound to fail.
Well, that's swinging. This is love, right?
There's something.
This dude right here trying to act like it's not about. Come on, you know what it is. Love. Do you think if any, I don't believe that, Neo. Do you think if any of these chicks start disrespecting him at this point in Neo's life, that he's not showing her where the door is? This is all PR. This is all PR. I'm not falling for this. He knows what this is. He knows what it is.
This is something totally different. This is community. This is a team. We are partners in this situation.
That's the pep talk that Neo gives his chicks in the morning so they don't fight with each other. And to end with him, you know, this is a team. We're all working. We're all a part of this thing. All right. We're going to meet here again tomorrow at 10 p.m. Let's go.
You know, 4 women, 5 people, including me, 5 different incomes. You know what I'm saying? I have 7 children, but they help with the kids. My mom knows everybody, loves everybody. My sister knows everybody. The baby mamas have met them. It's a community thing. You know, it's more than just, every night, you know, it happens. Yeah. But it's not the focal point. It's not the focal point.
Only on Wednesdays is insane.
The Shade Room had posted that Neo now has a 4th girlfriend in the mix. He had 3, now he's upped it to 4 women. And I commented, like, this is so cringy to me. And then other people like, what is so cringe about it? Like, you hate to see a black man happy or something like that. And I was like, first of all, no. It is cringy to me, just my opinion. I think it is very performative. It doesn't seem genuine to me. It just seems like he's putting on an act and it's fun for now. And maybe a couple months or years down the line, he's going to stop and look back and be like, wow, I made a complete fool of myself. That's what just my opinion. That's what I'm thinking.
Stop it. You see, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is a perpetual single chick who's always posting about struggling and how she can't find a man. And I can imagine that she's looking around and being like, how does Neo have 3 girlfriends and I have not one man?
I saw a video and the girl was like, if you keep attracting like emotionally unavailable.
Dating fear. Where are all the good men? I've seen all here's one.
I just saw a video that was like, if you're single this Valentine's Day, buy yourself flowers.
You get what I mean? It makes sense. She's upset. And from what it looks like, again, they set themselves up for all this. Moving on.
Y'all are going to absolutely hate me when I tell you this, but please let me teach y'all the game. So boom, there was this guy that I was talking to and I never really liked him, but we were always cool. But all of a sudden, this man gets to acting super nonchalant with me. And ever since he's been acting super nonchalant, he's been in my head rent-free and I hate that shit, y'all. So the other day I'm on the phone with my sister and I'm telling her about this man. And I'm explaining to her how this man has been in my head living rent-free, just taking up space in my head. So my sis asked me like, well, do you think you like this dude? And I'm like, I've been thinking about him so much, maybe I do like this dude. Then when I'm on the phone with her, there was a long pause and my sister was like, I don't like this man. And then I'm like, you're right, I never liked this man. I don't like this man. But then there's another long pause and I'm like, oh my God, do you know what it is? And she's like, what? I'm like, it's not that I like him. It's the fact that I want him to like me more than I like him. She's on the phone with me looking at me confused as hell, like, what are you talking about? And I'm trying to explain to my sister, like, that's it. It's the chase for me. I never liked this dude, but since he's been acting so nonchalant, it's giving me the idea that now I like him more than he actually likes me. So once I get this man back on my nuts, I won't have a desire for him anymore. It was always the chase. Then I'm sitting there on the phone with my sister, y'all, and I'm like, nah, it's not the chase. It's about me.
She's right. And also, not surprised, right? More chicks out here need to admit this very real truth right here, that most of them today are only after attention and validation. And there's a fine line here. You know, there's a healthy amount of mystery that you want to maintain if you're dating somebody that increases attraction. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about what I have seen is the problem with a lot of chicks today, which is that they love validation to an unhealthy degree and also attention to an unhealthy degree. And the men who realize this take one of two paths. They'll either be able to spot a chick who only responds to being treated badly, and they reward bad behavior. So that is the guy ignoring her for a very long time, treating her like shit, and now she's interested in you. Not the healthy amount of mystery, which has to be there to an extent. No. This chick, as soon as she gets that validation and gets that attention that she's seeking from that person, now starts to become toxic. Women today love attention so much that they will give up their cheeks just to secure that validation and attention, just to feel like, oh, he gave me the time of day, not because they even want to experience the sex in itself, but they want that validation. And she is just one of many of these chicks out here.
It's always been about me. And now my sister's looking at me like I'm a crazy person. And I'm trying to explain to my sister, like, once I get this man to like me more than I actually like him again, it's going to be a ego boost for me. And I'm telling her, this is nothing more than a chase to boost my own ego. Because the only person I'm thinking about in this situation is me. And my sister at this point is like, I get what you're saying, but you're insane. You're a true villain. And she's right. I'm making this video to tell y'all to be careful out there. It's a cold world we living in, y'all, but game is game, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how to avoid a person like me from destroying your mental. As soon as the person that you're interested in stops giving you the energy that they started off with, you need to leave. No ifs, ands, or buts. And once they start to realize that you're trying to leave, they're going to start to breadcrumb you back in so that you don't leave and that they can once again win. So, to avoid getting your feelings hurt, all in all, just leave, y'all. There are some people in this world, y'all, that are willing to breadcrumb you into liking them. And once they know they have you hooked, they feel absolutely nothing and they leave you hooked. Because at the end of the day, y'all, you were only a pawn in a game to boost their own ego. I hope this helps. Please don't hate me. I love you guys so much. Bye.
So we're living in a generation of simps for sure. The fact that she knows she can comfortably come out here and say, hey, I'm pretty much a terrible person who loves to manipulate people emotionally, and it's all about me in every situation. And she knows that her following, which it seems like is probably mostly guys, are going to sit there and probably encourage her. Lets you know that we're just screwed here as a generation. Let's check out a few comments here. Top comment says, too much psychological games. I'm too transparent and honest to be doing all that. I wish you good luck though. Here's another person who says, it's the push-pull method. Another person who says, yup, you like that he likes you. Here's another person who added, this is called narcissism. Here's somebody else who says, no energy/effort, no access. My husband would never confuse me. Another person here added, I'm in enemy territory. And this does happen more often than a lot of men anticipate. This is also why you can't have chicks here giving you dating advice too often, and you have to talk to men to let you know when a woman is just happy for your attention and validation, right? You could see this in many forms. This would be the chick who you'd be texting for a long time. She will text you, talk to you, maybe even get on the phone. But every time it's time for you to set a date, all of a sudden she's not available. Loves the attention, loves the validation, but at the end of the day, that's all that she wants. And typically for most guys, they don't realize just how much a woman just loves attention and validation, the particular woman they're dealing with, until they're trying to actually escalate things and they realize like, oh, this chick doesn't care about me. She just wants to use me the same way that she uses that dude that's in the friend zone, the same way that she uses her orbiters who are in her DMs, and they feel very comfortable doing this for now until they have to drink that coffee. Looks like she responded to a comment here that says, too much psychological games. I'm too transparent and honest to be doing all that. I wish you good luck though. Let's hear what she had to say.
See, here's one thing I don't want y'all to get confused about me. For all the new people coming to my page, baby, I'm in my villain era, okay? Which means I'm not looking for a relationship right now, sweetheart. Which means these psychological games that we're playing, baby, I love them. I live for them. I'm not looking for a relationship right now, baby. I'm here for a fun time. But I do believe in karma. So one thing about me, I'm an honest villain. Which means I'm gonna be completely transparent and honest before we even get things going. For example, I met this dude at the bar. He approached me. He said, hey, you're beautiful. Can I get your number? I said, sure. But I have to let you know that I am a toxic person right now and I'm probably gonna waste your time. He said, you think so? I said, I know so. He said, that's fine. Give me your number. So boom. We kick it. We have a great time. A week goes by and I can already...
He claps my cheeks. That's what she means. We kick it. He's beating it senselessly, madly.
So
let me chill out, man. Let me go back to that video. I lost it. I lost what I was talking about. She makes eggs. That's probably about as good.
See, here's one.
As complicated and detailed as those meals are going to get. Hold on, give me a second. Let me get this. I think here we are.
Says, sure, but I have to let you know that I am a toxic person right now and I'm probably going to waste your time. He said, you think so? I said, I know so. He said, that's fine. Give me your number. So boom. We kick it. We have a great time. A week goes by and I can already tell this man is catching feelings. So once I see that this man is catching feelings, it's time for me to bounce. So instead of me texting back fast, I'm now texting back slow. Instead of me being available to go out and hang out, I'm always busy. I call this the girlfriend trial. And usually after this trial is up, you get ghosted. But from the very jump, I said I'm toxic, I'm not looking for anything, and I'm probably gonna waste your time, and you continue to proceed to pursue me. That's not my fault. And to the man that's so mad that I'm in my villain era and doing this, please go cry to your homeboy because I got the game from y'all.
Okay. If you young chicks out there in your early 20s, mid 20s, think that this type of approach to dating is going to stop you from freezing your eggs later on, you have some lessons to learn. There's some bitter lessons too, in the form of small little shots that we call espressos here on the coffee pot. This will end in tears. It won't happen any other way. Before we know it, it will be, okay, villain time is over. Now it's time for me to find myself a good man, and we'll be here to see how that plays out. Moving on, imagine being nearly 50 years old and you're worried about D size, and that's your main obstacle to finding a guy.
Men really don't understand the anatomy of a woman. If I talk about a man's part, saying that it's not big enough, whatever, they constantly throw back or comment, oh, it's because of being too loose and blah, 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 blah. Incorrect. If a woman you're with is extremely loose,
right,
most likely it's because she is so excited to be with you. The more excited we get, the damper it becomes, which then in turn feels like it's loose. So it doesn't mean she's been in Pound Town for her life. It means that she actually likes you. So you should take that as a compliment. Unfortunately, there are men that are just not blessed. They just don't have it. And it's sad because I feel bad. Everybody wants love. Everyone wants to have sex. But I'm sorry, if the size isn't there, what are you supposed to do with it? Like, oh, he's cute? No, it's terrible.
Reminder, we have a nearly 50-year-old woman here who's talking about how she's struggling to find the right size. Like, priorities are all messed up at this point. They're all messed up. Let's read a few of these comments, see what people had to say, and then we're going to go to where this all started, and it's going to shock you. Top comment here says, Pound Town. Somebody else who says, there's a difference. Here's somebody else who says, some serious mouths on this one. At least she thought that was funny. She put LOL. Somebody else said, of course a man would say that. Here's another person who says this one has a salvage title. There's somebody else that says, who wants to tell her? Another person who says, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Another person here added, keep telling yourself that. Here's another person who says, on mature men, only mature men know this. I mean, what she's saying is true to an extent. It is true. It is true. It is true to an extent. But let's not forget that there are women out here who have been used and abused to the point where they're all jacked up sexually. Now, whether that comes in the form of the size of their cat and so on and so forth, that can be up for discussion. But I definitely think certain sexual experiences just increases the number of people and amount of people that you compare yourself to, for sure. But this whole conversation started with this first video she released called Meat Stick Mania. Like, what's up with your titles? Why does every one of your videos have to do with meat?
Let's be honest. Women flock to the bad guys because most of the bad guys know how to put it down. They bring with them the mighty, mighty meat stick. They cheat. They don't communicate. They can't commit. They have multiple baby moms. And they probably sprinkle in a little bit of verbal abuse, mental abuse, which is bad. However, we want them because their meat game is amazing. When women find these...
She's trying to convince herself that that was bad, right? She says their meat game is amazing, the bad boys.
Nice men, quiet, good job, provide, family-oriented. They usually come with a doorbell. The little mighty doorbell. And you'll know it's a doorbell because when you try to get on top and it keeps falling out, it's not because you don't know what you're doing. It's because his little salchicha... yeah, can't do the salsa. So this is why we're always in a...
Okay, so I'm listening to this, and to me, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, what I'm hearing are men who are good men, can provide, and are typically, don't come with the drama. She says typically come with a smaller package. That to me seems like a really broad stroke there that she's painting about that particular group of men. Like, how are you going to assume that as soon as a man makes better decisions in his life and is financially stable, now all of a sudden he's got a small package? I just think that that's crazy. Now, if she wants to say that the sexual experiences she has with the bad boys, as she says, are better, because I think a lot of times sex is mostly mental, right? Your perception of that person. Then I'll be more inclined to agree with that. That makes more sense. But what she's saying there just sounds crazy. Top comment says, time to acknowledge that women are just as shallow as men. Here's another person who says, maybe your salsa, I think that was supposed to say your salsa bowl, is family size. That's funny. Listen, let's not be delusional here. Size does matter to an extent. It does. And that is a truth. That's a cup of coffee that a lot of men don't want to drink. It does matter. But what she's saying here just seems a bit crazy. Somebody else who says, worse you treat them, the more absent they are. I've never seen anything like it here. Somebody says, the voice of broken women. And another person who says, the bad guy. Okay, so yeah, it just seems strange that this almost 50-year-old is over here talking about size and complaining about how she can't find the right size. I mean, I even checked one of her most recent videos, and it's another video about the same topic.
So the reverse cowgirl position needs to not exist anymore.
Like, ma'am, you're obsessed.
Couple reasons. Biggest reason is, why is it that the men get to enjoy all the pleasures of a woman, her movements up and down, side to side? It's beautiful to watch. And then us, women, what do we get? We get to look at your toes. We get to look at your toes, throwing up gang signs, trying to talk to us in ASL. No more.
Now she's talking about how she's upset about a sex position. Like, what's going on? Right? Talking about toes throwing up gang signs. That definitely was a cue to let me know everything I need to know about her. Somebody else who says, anybody else see Sandra Bullock? No. What?
Drink the coffee.
Wait, hold on.
This coffee smells like shit.
This coffee smells like shit. Put that coffee down. Let's see what else we have over here. Size Matters Part 2. I mean, are you guys seeing the obsession with me?
Apparently, I rubbed people the wrong way with my Size Matters post. I stand by what I said. I just think I have to correct or adjust what I said because I think it got lost in translation. So women should not walk around like a canyon. That is correct. That would be a blowout or run through for sure. What I was trying to explain is that when you're with a woman and you're in the middle of the act, during the act, she should or would become like ocean-like, and then it's going to feel a lot larger. It doesn't mean that she's done anything wrong or been with a ton of people or her roster is 100 deep. It just means that you're doing whatever is making her body react that way. So good job. But again, the Tiny Tims, I still feel like that. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. Just little guy.
All right. So seems like she's decided to lean in and, you know, bunch of simps, of course, in the comment section. Of course. I think that's going to be it for today. Listen, of course, guys, I'm curious to know, what do you think of this episode? Leave your comments and thoughts down below. To my soon-to-be married and currently engaged men, consider heading over to fathershaverights.com and access the #1 guide to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement with offer code REVIEW. You can get it 100% free. It guides you on steps to drafting a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement. Protect yourself and your marriage. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.